Well, good morning, folks. First thing, screwed up trimming my mustache. So, yeah, now I have no hair on my upper lip. Wonderful. But I went to bed with 297 followers on Getter. I woke up with 308. Holy shit. And I know that's not big numbers compared to a lot of people that I follow. But that's absolutely fucking stellar. I didn't expect to crack that this week. Normally, I go to bed, or sorry, normally I gain one or two, maybe three a day. And a lot of the time, there's a fair few bots on Getter. So I tend to lose two or three over the course of every couple of days. So usually it's a gain of three or four, and a loss of two, sometimes three, sometimes more. There's been a couple of times where I've lost more than I've gained, uh, but I've never had a gain of 11 overnight. And I just got two more notifications, probably 15, 20 minutes ago, that for follows. Wow. um, I can't believe there are that many people who think what I have to say is worth listening to. Uh, but by the same token, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think what I had to say had some value to it. Uh, as you can see behind me, the shed's in a bit of chaos. I've got a new cabinet here and a new cabinet on the wall. Well, I'll explain the word new in a second, and another cabinet there. Also, thanks to all the chaos, I've lost track of my lighter and I have to use a torch. Don't try this at home, kids. You could hurt yourself. Also, this torch is absolute garbage. Oh, huh. That's interesting. Easy. Oh, normally this is a cooking torch. I was using it for some epoxy molding. Um, Getting bubbles out of epoxy is actually pretty difficult, especially when you stir it vigorously, which I didn't know you weren't supposed to do. Yeah, yeah. I'm a woodworker. Epoxy resin is something I have to teach myself how to use. Anyway, tuck that down. Looks bad. So, there's that piece of good news. Also, and I do have some bad news, I won't be doing a live stream on my channel today. Because of the other piece of good news, I've been invited to join the Sultans of Chatelet this morning. And their stream generally runs through my time slot. So I suspect it's a bit of sabotage on their part so that I stop bothering them in chat. But I don't know. Don't think that looks too bad. Now, remember, I'm a ginger, so it's going to look patchy, but if you were right here, it would not. Yeah. And plus, the hair is really fine. Um, you know, um, if you're wondering why the mustache needed trimming, it's because it had started to get out to here, and I could twirl it, and because of that, the hair that was in this section was long enough that it was getting into my mouth, and since I have no idea where I would get mustache wax in rural Newfoundland, something that's very uncommon, um, and I didn't want to uh, spend any money on shipping, I figured, okay, well, I'll just trim it with some scissors and clean it up. And I took the scissors and I trimmed this side and it looked great. I was like, oh, awesome. Okay, switch hands. And up too far. Well, so I trimmed across, cut everything else, and looked at this little spot and went, I'm not taking a picture of that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, over 300 on Getter. I haven't checked my subs on YouTube yet this morning, but I actually should have done that by now. But I really have to say, as Christian conservative, and heavily Christian conservative, as Getter tends to be, it's actually surprising that an atheist from Canada gets so much interaction and follow there. Now, like I say, I'm nowhere near as big as some of the people on that platform. And it's... I mean, I'm going to be smiling about this all day, honestly. I'm absolutely over the moon about it. Let me see here. YouTube. Yeah, and the tan line thing is terrible. But I do look good bald, so there's that. My channel. And I have 45 subs. Awesome. That's actually a 11% increase since, well, last time I checked, which was probably last week, this time. Holy crap. This is going to be my 150th video as well. Wow. So I've been doing this just about 6 months. I think my 6-month date will be coming up. No, sorry. I should say I've been doing this channel 6 months. Which started way back with my first live stream. And yes, while my live stream initially started as... Oh, get out of here. It initially started as just an intent to have a sort of open line question and answer show, I suppose we'd say. It has evolved. Initially, I tried to do nothing with politics. And as with so many things involving the left, it just wouldn't leave me alone. So I finally had to start responding to it. And I seem to sit at that weird intersection between politics and entertainment, which is the content that I tend to like the most on YouTube. And it's been a good ride. It's been absolutely wonderful to talk to people. Very rarely, granted, I tend to scream into the void a fair bit. But yeah, so today, if I recall correctly, the stream will be starting at 10:30 Eastern, 10:30 Newfoundland time, 10:30 a.m. So that's 9 o'clock for you guys in the Eastern time zone in the States, which, if I recall correctly, was 2:30 British summertime. Currently we're Newfoundland Daylight Time. They're British summertime. Central Time, or sorry, Eastern Time, I believe is Eastern Daylight Time right now. Yeah, time zones are confusing. I understand the need for them, obviously, but when they don't all align for when they change, when they jump forward or backward, it really throws things off. Back when I was a kid, and actually this is going to be the topic for the video now, is time zones. One thing that should be done, there should be a very clear international standard set for on and off daylight savings, or it should always be listed the same internationally. Now there is the UTC coding or whatever, but which I think is universal time. I don't know. If someone in the comments knows, by all means, smash that right in there. While you're doing that, you can hit like, share, subscribe, and then comment. And if you're feeling generous, I am trying to fund a move to the US. A process that's probably going to take a significant amount of time. With all the various paperwork I have to get in line. But what I'm hoping is that certainly by this time next year, I will be in the States and beyond. Well, I'm already on that road to citizenship, just having started this. So, anyway, back to time zones. So, when Newfoundland and Canada change from, we'll just use simple terms, because trying to use the various different international terms, I'll be going also known, also known, also known, over and over. But when Canada changes from, we'll call it wintertime to summertime, it generally coincides with the US. However, it does not coincide with Europe, Britain especially. Britain seems to be a week or 2 weeks different from Canada, which is weird because we're all pretty much in the same latitude. What else? Sorry, a little bit scattered as usual. Just waking up, first coffee. It's only about halfway gone. But when the changeover happens, it would be nice if it would start at the, what's that line? International date line? Is that what I'm thinking of? Anyway, yeah. If you're having problems with the lighting, or if the lighting seems bad to you, like I said, the shed is in chaos behind me. I haven't got everything sorted out yet. Just got those cabinets put on the wall yesterday. By myself, by the way, which is a hell of a challenge. But strong like a big onion, as my father used to say. Oh, that's interesting. I raised my arm and you can see all the smoke in the air. Anyway, oh, fuck me, am I pale? Which is ironic, because I've actually got a bit of a tan. That would fix the lighting issue. Let me see if I just turn my chair a little bit. That makes the difference. No. Okay. So yeah, when the British change, it's usually off kilter to when Canada changes. Which, okay, weird, but as I say, if the change started at the same point for all time zones, from the date line all the way around, then there'd be no confusion. And I imagine that would be better for international business and other issues. One of the other things I don't understand is why we even have daylight savings anymore. I know for people in the northern latitudes, it's dark a lot of the day here. There were times while I was going to school, and I generally get up at about 5:30 in the morning for an 8 o'clock start. I like a couple hours in the morning just to wake up. Not really sure why. I don't generally need it for this, but I find early morning to be very peaceful. So, and I like peacefulness. It's nice. It's comfortable. It's quiet. It's relaxing. I'm probably whispering at the camera now. But, with the time zone thing, it's odd that we still have daylight time, even though, as I was saying, instance here in Newfoundland, there would be times that I would get up at 5:30 and it would still be dark at 8, or dark-ish at 8 o'clock when I'd get to school. And then it would be coming on dark again at about 4:30. That's usually in the latest parts of the year, towards the end of December. And I haven't opened a window this morning, that's why it's still pretty smoky looking in here. Possibly I need to clean my camera. But that would leave us with about 8 hours of daylight in a 24-hour day. Now, I understand part of the reason for daylight savings was to do with farming. What I don't understand is why it was necessary in the first place. Farming would be something that generally happens based on the solar activity. I can't imagine that a farmer can do things on a schedule that doesn't follow sunlight, considering, you kind of need the sun to farm. I get a real kick out of how bright it gets in here when I lift my arm. But yeah, the origins of daylight savings time is something I've never bothered to really look into, and don't really care about, to be honest. But why it's still being used is a question, to say the least. Anyway, folks, I've managed to... Oh, I was just going to say I've managed to get 17 and a quarter minutes without burping. Oh well. I figured I'd call it a day there. Anyway, please come over to the Sultans of Châtelet. It'll probably be, 3 hours from now? Is that right? Let me check my time here. 2.5 hours. I'm sorry, hour and a half. No, 2.5. It's only 7:54. Yeah. So, yeah, 2.5 hours. Sultans of Châtelet. Now, the stream generally runs very long. So, sorry, notifications. So the stream tends to run pretty long. It's not content that you should watch with your kids. Yeah. I'm going to do my damnedest not to get their channel yeeted from YouTube. They're using me to fill in for Trim, so that may end up being the problem. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. I've got good news. I hope you've got good news. And more importantly, I hope you appreciate your good news, no matter how minor that good news is. Take joy in every little victory. It doesn't matter what that little victory is, and it doesn't matter what that scale of that victory is. If it's little to you, still take pride and joy in it. If you're suffering from clinical depression and your little victory is just getting out of bed, good job. Keep it up. It is not ever a good idea to compare what you can do to what other people do, except to show you where you can get to. That's why I don't get a big head about having 300 followers. I mean, that's right in there. I mean, that's amazing to me. And I would love to shake every single hand of every finger that's clicked follow on my stuff. Every single person who's clicked subscribe on my stuff. Even the people who just click like. it's humbling to realize that the nonsense I talk is entertaining or educational or otherwise touches someone's life. Sorry. Yeah, it's a big deal. And I will not treat it as anything else. Perspective is important. So, if your perspective is shit, so is everything around you. If your perspective when you wake up is, oh, this is awesome, what wonders will today hold? And don't be afraid to be a little bit childlike in your brain, right? In your outlook at things. Don't be afraid to be a little bit childlike. Now, not naive, but odd. AWED, odd. Not ODD, bald, chin puff, odd. But really, you need to appreciate the value in every single little thing. Excuse me. And you need to... Well, finding the words for this sometimes is a little difficult. And it's not like I'm trying to come up with new words. It's just expressing the sentiment behind it can be very difficult. Even when you're having difficulties, as I just did, learn to appreciate the fact that you have those difficulties. It tells you that there are things that you can do that aren't difficult for you. And who knows, one of these days, maybe you too can have 300 followers. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face for that. It makes me sound so egotistical. But, you know, nothing's out of reach if you want it badly enough, if you're willing to work for it badly enough. And, okay, yeah, no, shouldn't say that, because that's dumb. Nothing reasonable is out of reach. You cannot become a beagle. You are not doggykin. Sorry to hurt your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings, to quote a tiny, wise man. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. I'm coming up on 23 minutes, and this takes a while to upload when I do long videos like that. So, love you all. Take it easy. I will talk to you later. Actually, there is one more thing. Because I'm not doing my live stream today, and I owe you a video from Thursday, I'm going to do something either tonight or tomorrow. I may do my live stream, which is an all-the-time AMA, regardless of what I'm talking about. But also, maybe I'll do a live poetry read. That would be entertaining, at least for me. Let me know your thoughts, anyway. Okay. You all take it easy. Like, share, subscribe, comment, donate if you can, and if you want. Other than that, love you all. Take it easy. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.